up, Space Ponies? I'm happy to get back into this model kit. I was about ready to get started on the decals, the extensive decals on this kit, and then I realized, wait, I have not yet done the chrome. So I have masked all of this off except for the parts that are going to be chromed. Okay, that means like these door latches and on the back here as well and such. So after dropping it, I'm going to show you here. This is a Mr. Color GX. This is a high gloss. It's called Ueno Black, and this is super high glossy black lacquer that I'm going to be spraying here. So I'm going to do a clear coat, and then do some Alclad 2 Lacquer Chrome. And it looks like I'm almost out, but that's okay because I have a whole new bottle right here. So let's get started with that. Alright, so now it is time to do Alclad Lacquer Chrome. Yay. And the fun thing about this is that you don't have to worry about thinning it out or anything. You just dump it straight into your airbrush and go. So, I just finished off this bottle. There we go. Put my mask on. There you go. You have to make sure to get up underneath here, you know? Not just on time. On top here. Okay, great. I have plenty left in my airbrush. What I need to do is work on the door handles and the rear view mirror and such, and then I'll be done. So here's the rearview mirror. Okay, done. Son, I am disappointed. Okay, so, you know, to you, maybe you'd say, yeah, that turned out pretty nice. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, look, there's some problems. I've tried to fix the problems, and I get my pointer here. I was trying to fix where there was some black paint that got underneath here, and it got all messed up, and then, you know, I tried sanding them, and they just look like crap. On top of that, you know, I've already, just by working on it, see, look, this stuff comes off real easy. You need to seal this right away. I had these holes here for these to be painted. They look cool, but, you know, as soon as I touch them, they're going to look like crap, and I need to do a gloss coat on them to protect them, but, you know, I've already, see here, I was trying to just gently wet sand to try to get down. This actually looks pretty nice compared to the way it was before. It had a bunch of black paint in here. Here, this is all messed up. So, yeah, this is, at this point, I don't know. I think I could probably do it a lot faster the second time around. Like here, it didn't really turn out really nice at all around the Volkswagen logo. You got this black crap here. It's not coming off. So, I did get this recently. This is by Hasegawa Tri-Tool. Yeah. This is what I could probably be using instead. So, I've seen people using bare metal foil on their projects before, and that's probably what I need to do. Unfortunately, though, there's no way to just get this all the way around. I am going to have to deal with some parting lines. Maybe I'll leave those on the corners or something. But, yeah, like up here, it looks all nasty. It looks pretty nasty up in there. So, I'm going to try to strip the paint off of this thing. I'm not happy about it, but, you know, with this Mr. Paint Remover, oh, actually no, I don't have to use Master Paint Remover. I could use this other crap. Here, this is like, I could do bulk jobs with this stuff here. Plating remover, so yeah, it removes the paint as well. Alright, so this yellow part here, the yellow paint, it's nice, but there's also been some other problems with this, and I don't, like right here, there's a gouge here. I don't have this exact paint anymore. It was just a custom, and I used it all up. So I will try soaking it in this crap here, and see if I can remove the paint. Oh well. I was successful in stripping the paint off of this. However, the solvent that I used, which is made by Hasegawa, this is what I got for the removing chrome. It also acts as a paint remover, and it did remove the paint. However, it also drastically weakened the plastic. And you can see here there's a crack. And what I did was I glued it, and then I sanded it. It looks kind of nice. I figured that just priming it would probably take care of the slight imperfections or whatever. And then I noticed that it also was kind of cracking in the front here. And this is just from like working with the plastic and, you know, moving it around and such, and rubbing on it and squeezing it a little bit. There's this crack here, so as I was kind of prying it around, you know, it snapped. So instead of playing whack-a-mole with this and, you know, always finding some stress somewhere that it's gonna crack, I decided to just get a replacement. So this arrived from Hasegawa. Like what I had set, it was like 800 yen, and I submitted that on a Saturday morning, you know, with the registered mail for sending money in the mail, and then I received it like Tuesday or so. They were like a really fast turnaround, unfortunately round 2 is still taking their sweet ass time to give me my stuff. But anyhow, what I need to do is file these little points down here. I'm going to sand this down and then start the process over again. So, yay. But you know, it should be okay though, because I've already done this before, and it's just the masking is the only time-consuming element here. Something else that happened is apparently this thing fell off of the shelf I have over here. I must have put it up there and it must have fallen down, because I found this piece here just laying on the floor. There's like, you might see that there's like a little hairline right there. So I think this fell on the floor and broke, and I had picked this up, put it up, and I found this little corner here on the floor, so I glued it, and hopefully this isn't going to cause me any problems. But it's not that noticeable. Alright, so you're not going to see me working on this again. You've already seen it before. I need to, again, file these little injection marks. And I might need to smooth this this space here out a little bit. I see some scratches. But yeah, I'm going to reprime this and then just repaint this again. And I'll just skip to the end, because you've already seen it before. Something else that is pretty cool, I shall show you. I did this. This is the Alclad, and it's looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice. So what I need to do with this is seal it, because you know the chrome can be removed just by rubbing with my fingers. So I'm going to shoot it with this. This is Aqua Gloss Clear Alclad, and this is made for their chrome paint, their metallic paint. Make it look all nice. So anyhow, so one last thing in this video, I guess I can get started with this. These look really nice. These are the hubcaps, and I guess I can get started with some decaling. And let me grab this here, get a new knife here. So, the weather has been really beautiful lately. Summer is pretty much over, and I'm happy about that. I like fall. It's my favorite season. So, yeah, it's early September now, 2017. So, what's new with me? Oh, nothing much, other than having that baby-faced puke in North Korea lobbing missiles in my general direction. You know, last week I was woken up that morning. I think it was a Tuesday morning. My alarm, my cell phone, this alarm sounded, and I thought it was an earthquake. And I waited for the earthquake, and nothing happened. You know, because I was like in bed. It woke me up. Nothing happened, and so I got up and found out that North Korea had launched a nuclear, or well, not nuclear, but there wasn't anything attached to it, but launched a missile that is nuclear capable, though, and that was fairly alarming. So my prefecture, I live in Gunma Prefecture. That's it was designated as one of the possible landing areas. So yeah, I just watched the news and waited for it to land and see where it would land. Golly, that was rather unnerving. So yeah, I swear that Kim Jong-un is such a psychotic moron. You know, you see photos of him and his stooges. They're smiling, and they're, you know, those ass hats with their, well, they got these big goofy hats. You know, it's like, who designed their hats? I mean, they look. I mean, their hats are just this big poof. You know. So he's got his generals and all that, and they're all just, you know, a bunch of sycophants, and they're all worshiping him, and they think he's so awesome. And he's a psychotic moron, I swear. I mean, just look at his stupid baby face. And he's all cackling. You know, he pushes the button or whatever. He watches the missiles launch away, and he's all ha 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 ha. And it's just randomly. I don't think they even have the. I don't know. I think maybe President Clinton forgot to sell them the technology to the weapons that he sold them, and he also gave them the money to pay for it too. Thank you, Bill Clinton. And I've got some Mark Setter here. So I mean, if you look at his face, I mean that you can imagine if you you know, somebody crams a bunch of Mentos into a Diet Coke bottle and then tosses it over the fence into the neighbor's backyard. Yeah, I can imagine making that kind of a face, you know, like ha 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 ha. But it's not the face that a normal person would make when launching missiles randomly into the atmosphere. It's just kind of crazy. So, wait, which one was I working on? Yeah, it was this one here. So I got this little Volkswagen emblem here, and I gotta just line it up as best as I can, hopefully. Oh shoot. Okay. There, okay. Looks nice. So yeah, a couple nights ago I went out to the store and bought a whole bunch of canned food just in case. Yeah, a bunch of food that keeps, so at least maybe I'll be good for a week or so. Filled up my car's gas tank. Yeah. Got some groceries. Some peanut butter. To last a couple of days. But I ain't got no speakers. Ain't got no headphones. Ain't got no records to play. This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. What I want to do after I put the decal on, I want to make sure it's lined up properly. I don't want this to drape across the contours wrong, because once you put the decal on, it's kind of hard to see where it's going. So, yeah. Okay. Now I don't know why I didn't even count these, but there's another one here. Maybe it goes on the steering wheel. Maybe I just screwed it up. Maybe I could just let it dry up and then I can try taking it off again later. I don't know. Shoot. Shoot. I wasn't thinking. Where are the instructions? Oh, fantastic. I can't find the instructions. Dude! Where did I put them? Hold on here. Okay, I have the instructions. I found my instructions, and apparently it's just an extra in case you screw up. So that's pretty nice having such a small decal like this. They have an extra one for me. That's rather considerate. I need to see that more often. You know, that's really shows some thoughtfulness on their part. I like that. I like that really much. And this one actually is kind of walking around here. I need to maybe reposition it. Okay. Just want to make sure this is... Yeah, okay. Well, that's fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to let this dry. And get back to this. You know, I did the mark setter, and then next will be the mark softer to make it really conform. And then I'll do a clear coat. So, yeah, I guess I'll end the video here, I suppose. But, I am happy to start working on this again. And, you know, one thing I should mention, I suppose, while I was waiting for that missile to land last week in the morning, and just actually this past weekend, they did this underground hydrogen bomb experiment. They tested it and caused a 6 magnitude earthquake, 6.3 or whatever, in China and South Korea. It's crazy. But I was just watching the news and waiting for that missile to land. I wasn't too concerned about, you know, it wouldn't hit me directly, but who knows, maybe it could have been a nuclear bomb for all we knew. I had no idea. You know, just watching the news and started thinking about all the various things I have yet to do with my life. And one of those such things was to write a fan letter to the famous Irish singer Enya, or Enya, however you say it. So I wrote a letter, and here, let me go ahead and share it with you. You want me to read the letter to you? Of course you do. Shut up. All right. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so here's my letter. Dear Enya, or Anya, whatever. Dear Anya, I've been a fan of your music for a very long time, ever since I was in high school and heard your song Caribbean Blue on alternative radio. Oh, and I think your song Sail Away was used in a commercial for a cruise liner. In fact, during high school, my imaginary girlfriend bore a striking resemblance to you. I never told you this before, but then again, this is my first ever letter to you, so whatever. Anyhow, for a while, I had almost all of your albums on CD, but I have to admit that I lost track of you about 12 or so years ago. Back then, I was more gentle and considerate, but that was apparently just a phase, as I am more of a cynical jackass these days and listen more to punk rock than your relaxing music. I think it was great that you did music for the first Lord of the Rings movie, and frankly, I was pissed off that they didn't have you do music for the other movies. I also wanted to mention that I really like the vocals on the soundtrack to Twin Peaks. I realize that you weren't involved with that, but I just wanted to say that. Actually, that was Julie Cruz, that wasn't Anya. So I had the idea that maybe you could do some songs for a Star Wars movie. Enclosed with this letter, I have included a demo tape. It's only about 15 seconds long. I hope you have a mini disc player, because that's all I could use to record with. I'm frankly pretty pissed off that audio cassettes have lasted longer as a format than mini discs, because mini discs are way cooler. It's stupid though that my computer can't handle 32-bit drivers for my mini disc player. I mean, if people can emulate a Commodore 64 on a PC, why can't it use drivers to an OS format 32-bit that was used just less than 10 years ago? Anyhow, here is what I've come up with so far. It's set to the Imperial March from Star Wars. Okay, now this is the song here. Who can say where the road goes? Only time. And who can say if your love grows? Only time. Who can say why your heart sighs as your love flies? Only time, only time. You like that? That's great. So that's all I could do. You're pretty smart and talented, so I reckon you could figure out the rest. Let me know what you think. If you reject it, please just don't let me know, because I have a hard time handling rejection. Like, there was that time when I went to my senior prom, but I didn't have a date, so I didn't want to go alone. So I took my pet dog, and everyone laughed. It was a male dog, but I was hoping nobody would notice. He wasn't my date or anything, just my friend. Why does everyone have such a dirty mind? Sincerely, Greg. So, I'm sure she'll be happy to get my fan letter. So anyhow, as I said, I'm going to end this video now. And I started this project a year ago. And hopefully you can see the conclusion of this, if you know, assuming I don't get nuked in Japan. So yeah, so if something was to happen to me, and I got some dirt on my lens here, and got some dirt on the lens. Yeah, so if I die or something, you know, some people, they've been subscribed to my channel for like ever since like I was just doing video game stuff or whatever, and so that's been like a long time. But if I die, I just want everybody to know one thing: Michelle Obama has a big floppy penis. Goodbye.